You understand now the ground we stand upon. The illusion of control shattered, replaced by the fierce embrace of amor fati. The strength found not in crowds, but in the profound silence of your own company. This is the foundation. But the world, my friend, is not a quiet monastery. It is a bustling piazza, a crowded court, a battlefield of wills and whispers. And here, in the crucible of conflict, the greatest temptation arises. The urge to defend yourself, to explain, to justify, to plead your case, to shout down the accuser. This instinct, this burning need to set the record straight, to prove your innocence or assert your rightness. This is the crack in your armor. This is where they get in. Machiavelli, often misunderstood as a purveyor of pure cynicism, grasped a profound psychological truth about power dynamics. He saw the courtier, flustered, red-faced, desperately trying to counter accusations, only digging himself deeper into the mire of doubt. He saw the general, provoked by insults flung from the castle walls, ordering a reckless charge that bled his army dry on ground not of his choosing. He saw the fundamental error. Defending yourself publicly is rarely an act of strength. It is almost always a concession of power. It is you reacting. It is you proving that the arrow struck its mark. It is you dancing to your opponent's tune on the stage they set. When you rise to defend, you validate the attack. You amplify the noise. You hand the aggressor exactly what they sought: your attention, your energy, your descent into their arena. Think of it not as weakness, but as strategy. The untouchable one possesses a different kind of shield. Imagine a vast, silent mountain. Does the mountain defend itself against the storm? Does it argue with the wind that scours its face, or the rain that seeks its cracks? It does not. It is. Its presence, its sheer immovable mass, is its statement. The storm rages around it, against it, but the mountain remains, weathering, enduring, fundamentally unchanged within its core. The insults, the accusations, the petty attempts to provoke, these are the storms aimed at you. When you feel that familiar heat rise in your chest, that tightening in your throat, the compulsion to fire back, to set the record straight, pause. Breathe into the very center of your being, that quiet fortress you've been building. See the attack for what it often is, not a truth to be contested, but a hook baited for your reaction. A hook meant to pull you off your center, into their chaos. The Machiavellian pivot is this: refuse the bait. Lower the drawbridge not to let their assault in, but to render it irrelevant. Your silence, your calm, your continued existence on your own terms becomes the most potent rebuttal. It is not passive, it is profoundly active. It is the conscious choice not to engage on their terms. It is the assertion that their opinion, their barb, their attempt to define you or wound you holds no purchase over your inner state. You do not deny the attack exists. You deny it the power to alter your course, to disturb your peace, to dictate your next move. This unnerves the aggressor far more than any counter-argument. They expected a fight, a flinch, a sign they drew blood. Your serene indifference, your focus shifting effortlessly back to your purpose, your reality leaves their attack hanging in the void, impotent. Suddenly, the energy rebounds, the power shifts, not because you seized it from them, but because you refused to surrender your own. You flip the script by refusing to play your assigned part. The storm finds no purchase, and eventually it moves on, seeking easier prey. Your mountain stands. This is the first crucial step beyond resilience: strategic invulnerability. You become untouchable not by building thicker walls against every possible arrow, but by making the arrows themselves irrelevant, passing through the space you occupy without finding anything vital to pierce. The defense is the defeat. The non-defense is the ultimate power. So the barb lands. The accusation hangs in the air. The betrayal cuts deep. You hold your silence, a mountain weathering the initial blast. But what happens within? The untouchable fortress is not made of stone that feels nothing. It is forged in the fire of feeling, yet remains unburnt. The storm outside may rage impotently, but the echo inside can still reverberate. This is the crucible. This is where the true alchemy occurs, not ignoring the poison, but transmuting it into power. To become truly untouchable, you must master the internal landscape where the attack seeks to take root. That sting you feel, that flash of anger, that pang of hurt, that surge of indignation. Acknowledge it. Do not suppress it like some shameful secret. It is human. It is the raw material delivered to your door. But recognize it for what it is: energy. Pure, potent, often chaotic energy. The untouchable alchemist does not let this energy run wild, lashing out or collapsing inward. Nor does they let it fester, turning into bitterness or resentment that slowly corrodes the soul from within. They take this volatile substance and, within the laboratory of their own disciplined mind, begin the transformation. How? First, observe without judgment. Step back as if watching the scene unfold on a stage. See the attacker, see yourself, see the words or actions flung like stones. What is the source of this energy? Is it envy, fear, insecurity, a desperate need for control? Often the virulence of an attack is inversely proportional to the attacker's own inner stability. Seeing this doesn't excuse malice, but it demystifies it. It removes the personalization, revealing the attack as a manifestation of their internal storm, not an objective truth about you. This observation drains the venom. Second, interrogate the hook. What specific nerve did it touch? Why this accusation, this insult? Does it echo an old wound, a buried insecurity? The untouchable one uses the attack as a merciless mirror, reflecting back not their worthlessness, but the hidden vulnerabilities within themselves that still crave external validation or fear exposure. An accusation of incompetence stings only if a part of you fears it might be true. A betrayal wounds deeply only if you placed more faith in the other than in your own capacity to endure. This is not self-flagellation, it is ruthless, compassionate self-inventory. The attack becomes a diagnostic tool, revealing the weak points in your inner fortress that require strengthening. This is the alchemy, transforming the pain of the attack into the fuel for greater self-knowledge and resilience. The poison becomes the medicine. Third, channel the energy. That raw surge, the anger, the hurt, is potent force. Instead of letting it explode outward in retaliation or implode inward in despair, consciously redirect it. Pour it into focused action, into your work with renewed intensity, into your physical discipline, pushing your body further, into a creative pursuit, giving form to the formless storm, into deepening your understanding of philosophy, psychology, human nature. The energy of the attack, once harnessed and redirected, becomes a powerful engine driving you forward, away from the scene of the conflict and towards your own higher ground. It becomes the fire that tempers your resolve, not the fire that consumes you. You absorb the shock, not to break, but to propel yourself. The attacker intended to diminish you. Instead, they have inadvertently provided the impetus for your growth. They meant to anchor you in their conflict. You use the tension to launch yourself further into your own sovereign space. This is the ultimate defiance, taking what was meant to harm you and using it to make yourself stronger, wiser, more centered. The poison, through your conscious alchemy, becomes pure power. You are not just weathering the storm, you are learning to harness the lightning. Part 3. The Fortress Within, Cultivating Unshakable Ground. Strategic silence transmutes the external assault. Inner alchemy transforms the emotional fallout.
Yet, for this to be sustainable, for true untouchability to take root, you must cultivate the ground upon which you stand. You must build the fortress within. This is not a cold, isolated citadel of indifference, but a vibrant, self-sustaining realm governed by your own laws, illuminated by your own light. It is the source of your power, the wellspring of your calm, the unshakable ground that allows you to stand firm while chaos swirls around you. Without this inner fortress, the silence becomes brittle, the alchemy falters, and the next storm finds you vulnerable. What constitutes this fortress? Its foundations are laid with self-knowledge. You must become the cartographer of your own soul. Know your values, not the ones you inherited or adopted to please,